Well, let's go back to the conference now for the issue that comes up today, uranium sales to India. As we've seen, quite a number of ministers will be lining up against this proposition, one of them from the right, Stephen Conroy, who explains his position this way.
I've long been an opponent of the nuclear industry. My family works in the nuclear industry. I've lived next to a nuclear reactor briefly when I grew up in England. And I'm not a fan or supporter.
And you're okay?
Well, it's the highest level radioactive coastline in the world, and you should see the size of the seagulls.
And a little more on how radioactivity has affected Stephen Conroy when we get to the Matt Price moments a little later on. But it's with so many ministers lining up against it, but then it's a foregone conclusion, isn't it, that it will go through?
Well, pretty much. I mean, the numbers seem to be pretty solidly there. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just still a bit sort of brain injured from the Labor conference 2 years ago. But, I mean, I really like seeing people argue in public about big issues, you know, and this conference, it has been good for that. I think that in politics we have got out of the habit of seeing members of the same party disagree honestly and publicly about difficult issues on which they're making a decision. I think it does democracy good to see people actually having the discussion, and I think that has been one of the strengths.
Sure, but it depends what they're discussing. I mean, if the general public sees this conference, and they'll equate it with the Labor with the government, and they say, righto, well, what have we got? We've got gay marriage rights, and we're going to sell uranium to India. Terrific. Now, what about us? And there's not going to be much there.
Sure, but these conferences also have to deal with issues that aren't at the top of everybody's agenda, and one of them is this, and it's tricky because the United States is telling Australia essentially we have to sell uranium to India. And India is in the biggest, most active nuclear standoff on Earth at the moment with Pakistan, and it's building missiles that can fire bombs to the furthest corners of China. And I think it's a matter of people have got to work out, if they're going to oppose sales to India, they've got to work out why. And it's not going to stop India getting uranium. India has all the uranium it wants, and it gets it largely, in part, because we sell enough uranium to France and Russia for them to sell uranium to India.
We sell uranium to China. That's Paula Howe's question. Yeah. You sell to China, why can't you sell to India?
And don't let's not sell uranium to India because of
there's a speech writing gig for you.
Yeah, because of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Pact, because that's a farce. You know, the treaty's a farce. It's not being obeyed by anybody.